The highest scoring game in series history between USC and Notre Dame as they renew pleasantries on CBS. And how about this? Not one, but two pick sixes in this game from Notre Dame. This one is Christian Gray, takes it 99 yards, and then Xavier Watts returns one 100 yards. And the final score is 49-35 as Notre Dame gets to 11-1. They have won 10 in a row since their embarrassing loss to Northern Illinois, and they are in the college football playoff. This Big Ten on CBS Postgame Report is presented by Belfour Property Restoration. Notre Dame wins it 49-35. Again, the highest scoring game in series history. You got a couple of pick sixes to end the game for the Fighting Irish. Your instant reaction to what you saw from this game is what?
Marcus Freeman is one hell of a coach. This is someone that has gotten his team to believe. Talk about making the adjustments after that loss against Northern Illinois, where we all kind of wrote Notre Dame off. They just came out on the other side of that and dominated everyone that they faced each and every week and put an exclamation point here against a rival in USC on the road. So you talk about a defense that had two pick sixes. I thought that was the story of this ball game, but the physicality, the toughness, and the attention to detail that we saw from his squad and his team from the Northern Illinois loss throughout the course of the season, especially today, was impressive.
Well, we weren't saying that after they lost to Northern Illinois. We were saying, oh, he's not prepared. The kids aren't prepared. That's what happens, right? But now they've won 9 in a row. A lot of people say they haven't really played anybody. They played Navy. They played Army. They played USC a down season in a rivalry game. They come out on top. When you talk about Notre Dame, what's your evaluation of them at this point as we head into the second to last set of CFP rankings?
Good teams make you look like you hadn't played anybody. You know how big I was on Army and how good they looked.
Right there with you.
Exactly. And so when you are able to dominate these teams, first they dominated Navy by turning the ball over. Second, they dominated Army by making those guys look like they weren't undefeated going into that ball game. So for me, when you look at Notre Dame, this is a team that can not only go into the postseason, but win multiple games and are a serious national title contender because they're playing great ball. They're running the football rather well. They're great on defense, and their quarterback has finally got it together, and now he's become an asset and not a liability like we saw against Texas A&M. So kudos to Riley Leonard for improving his game. Kudos for Notre Dame for circling the wagons and being what they need to be on both sides of the ball. And kudos for Marcus Freeman for blocking out the noise, understanding what he has as a football team, getting those guys to galvanize, and got them playing outstanding playoff level, championship level football. 3
total touchdowns in this game for Riley Leonard, one of them on the ground. They had 2 players nearly at 100 yards. Jarian Price, 111. Jeremiah Love at 99 yards. They ran the ball 258 yards on the ground. I know you love that as a former running back to see what they've been able to do. That's 40 total rushing touchdowns this season. I believe that's second most in program history. I mean, what can you say about this trenches? In the trenches, what this Notre Dame team does.
10 times out of 10, games are won or lost along the line of scrimmage. And Notre Dame is not just winning along the line of scrimmage. They're mowing guys along the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. When you're dominant like that, offensively and defensively up front, you're going to win a lot of games and dominate a lot of teams like we've seen them do since the NIU loss.
40 rushing touchdowns in the season, second most in a season behind that 1989 campaign when they had 42 total as a team. The defense getting it done, the offense getting it done as Notre Dame improves to 11-1 and cements a spot in the college football playoff. Let's get back out to Los Angeles. Welcome in the man who helped call this game, Gary Danielson. And Gary, you've seen this Notre Dame team up close and personal. What can you say about what you saw this afternoon?
Well, I saw them early against Purdue, and there really wasn't a lot to judge. You know, you could see that they had the makings of something good. And my first question was, how good could Riley Leonard get? And he's improved all year. But really, the whole team has. I mean, they've just gotten better. They've well coached. As Marcus Freeman told Jenny, I mean, we just kind of kept our head down. We embraced the pain of that early loss, that embarrassing loss to Northern Illinois. And as I said in the open, you know, I watched 2, 3, 4 games of them. I just became struck that they're balanced. I mean, I really don't know what the strength of their team is. You know, one game it's the quarterback. The next game it's the 2 running backs. The next game it's the offensive line. And you think it put together and Plus, they have a really sound secondary. So, good team, good football team. It'll take a special team to beat them, playing at home, especially in this first playoff game.
They were down in the dumps, as you think you would be, losing to Northern Illinois in their second game of the season. You say, oh, this might be a lost season, but in a year where we have 12 teams in a playoff, you say, okay, they can bounce back. If they win out, they can be a really good team. What does it say about the job that Marcus Freeman has done, 10 straight wins after that loss to NIU?
He's a solid guy. I think his team, I remember when he got his job, remember how the players were hugging him?
Oh, yeah.
They respected him. They respect his lifestyle, the way he coaches, the way he embraces them. He's a good recruiter. You can tell this team is building talent through acquisition. They're bringing in, with Notre Dame, they're able to get in the portal and get some key players. They've got a really good program now. And again, I've just been thinking this all year. Just the 12-team playoff makes it so much better for all these other teams to work hard. One loss, we're out of it. We can't play. With the extra playoff, I think it was easier for Coach Freeman to keep his team focused all season long.
And as you saw this afternoon in Columbus, Ohio State loses to Michigan in the 120th installment of the game. So now Penn State will play Oregon in the Big Ten Championship, a game you will call next week on CBS. What are we in store for when we see the Nittany Lions and Ducks go at it?
Well, I was just ready all week to talk about, when you interviewed me, what would it be when Ohio State has to, one game like that. First of all, before I get to Penn State, I do want to salute this Michigan football team and those players. They don't have the greatest Michigan team ever. Kind of reminds me of that 1969 season when Bo Schembechler came into Michigan and beat the powerful Buckeyes in Bo's first matchup. That's a lot of pride that Michigan showed in that game. So let's go from there. Penn State is capable of beating anyone. They have a really balanced attacking defense, much like Notre Dame. Got a quarterback who's growing up. They don't have really skilled, great wide receivers, but I do think they have the speed on defense to match up against Oregon. So I look forward. I think it's going to be a great football game.
In the immortal words of Bart Scott, can't wait. Gary Danielson will be on the call next week on CBS, the Big Ten Championship. Gary, appreciate it. Enjoy your week.
Thank you, guys.